Hello, everybody. We are back. We're gonna jump right in with a quick nugget we've kind of grabbed on this week.
John 4, verse 24. Was that funny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
John
John 4, verse 24.
John, the Bible.
We're gonna read.
Okay.
John 4, verse 24 says, "For God is spirit, so those who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth."
Yeah, big revelation this week. So we got 2 points for you. So it talks about that God is spirit, and if you're gonna worship, you gotta worship in spirit and truth. So what does that mean? How does that really fit to us? So the spirit side of it, if we gotta worship in spirit, spirit is never dictated by circumstance. So if you ever feel like my worship is being dictated by my circumstance or my day, or whatever, my feelings or my emotions or whatever, you're probably not worshiping in true spirit. You're probably more worshiping in like emotions. So it's more emotionally driven, Yeah, so when you're worshiping in spirit, you're actually tapping into something. You're tapping into the actual power of worship, because spirit cannot be dictated by anything the enemy throws at you. So if you're really worshiping in spirit, it's never dictated, it's never hindered by any circumstance that ever is thrown at you. So that's kind of the spirit side of it.
So then with truth, sometimes I think we get a little bit confused about worshiping in truth as in like I'm truly feeling it or I'm truly feeling worship. And sometimes we get confused because that also goes back to worshiping out of emotion. When worshiping in truth is truly giving honor to God. Mm-hmm. He's really getting honor, and that's a fact. So truth is something that is fact. So if God is getting honor, then that's a fact. He is or he's not. And then there's also, worshiping out of knowing who God is and knowing the truth about God. And God is good, and he's always been good to me, and he only plans on good. And, there are lots of statements about God in the Bible that you can read and interpret those things through to help you worship. So that's what truth is. So
when you step into worship, or, on the spiritual side, did your day dictate how hard you pushed into worship? When you step into that service, are you allowing your day, are you allowing circumstance, voices, whatever, issues with maybe even people in the room? Are you letting those dictate your, amount of worship? Or are you going in and you say, okay, here are the facts of my life right now. Work is tough. These things are tough. Those may be facts for you, but what is truth? Truth is that God can pull you out of any mess you're in, that God is greater, God is stronger. And when you worship, you are tapping into the heavenlies. And you're giving God the ability, you're opening your life up to God to intervene, to really have an intervention in your life. So when you're worshiping, worship with the spirit that's never hindered, never dictated, and worship in the truth that knows that God will always show up when you worship. So we love you guys. Thanks for listening in.
bye.